Hey guys, happy Monday. I hope you're having a good one. I had a client reach out to me regarding her doggy. She is wanting to do some home grooming until I can get her back on my rotation from being hurt. And I referred her to YouTube because there's a lot of groomers on YouTube, but she wants a video of a real dog, meaning a dog that doesn't always behave or cooperate on the grooming table because bless her little Yorkie, he just doesn't want to participate most of the time. And we have to work around that safely and get things done. Good shake. Incidentally, I have Georgie here who is also not willing to cooperate sometimes. He's just over a year old and very stubborn and wants to be the boss. So I'm going to show you how I do his haircuts in a safe way. We get things done and we don't get too flustered with each other, right? Yes. Because when he doesn't get his way, he'll throw a fit. And not fun. So I will show you his haircut. He's had his bath and his blow dry, and I did his sanitary clip and his paw pads and his nails. And we like him kind of floofy. So I'm just going to take a little bit off the top just to make sure he doesn't get out of control and tangle. So I'm just going to skim the top with the 5/8 inch steel comb. Usually for his back he's okay. It's his legs that get it gets a little iffy. Now watch him behave because he's being filmed. Yeah. Usually his biggest problem is getting combed when there's tangles. He cannot handle that. So a couple visits ago he did have to get shaved because he was just too far gone with the matting while I'd had the flu and then I hurt my knee and it was just all bad. So he was just all kinds of tangled, and it gets to a point where you just can't comb it anymore. It's too close to the skin. It hurts. Georgie. I'm going to scoot my butt across the table because you shaved it. A lot of times him and I struggle over his face and his feet. So there will be struggles, I promise you. Let's see. And he likes to try to eat his hair. So I'm going to keep the hair off the table because he will eat it. Hold on. Trying to get between his front legs on his chest. Alright, just gonna run this down his legs a bit. Because I don't really have to take a lot off. I just want to keep him where he's at mostly. Make sure he doesn't have any tangles. Because if I let him get too long, he'll just tangle a lot. Because his hair is baby fine. He's a Maltese, so. grab a couple shear options here. Oh, and my combing spray. I ordered a new spray. It's like an anti-static spray for, you spritz it on them while you're doing the hand scissor to cut down on static. I ordered it while I was at Groom Expo, and it's coming from Idaho, so it should be coming soon. The spray I have, it works for the purpose too, but I think it might be a little heavier. So we're just going to go around the bottom of his foot. Now, if they're squirmy and squirrely and not wanting to do it, I do what I can safely, and then I will move on to something else for a little while, and then sometimes if I go back, then they'll be fine with it, or more fine with it. And you want to sit and lick yourself, that's fine. So by cutting, I'm just taking the stuff around the bottom and a little around the front there. And then I will round it out and even it up from the top side when I get there. And there might come a point where like nothing's gonna work. Just give it up for a while and go back to it. Like in a home grooming situation, I don't have the option, so I have to figure out how to make it work. And sometimes I'll be late. That's all right. We'll just be late. I think most of my clients are used to me texting them like, "Hey, I'm gonna be a little late," or "I'm like way behind," or giving them the option to do a different day because the schedule went awry, and it could be a dog that's not behaving, or traffic, or maybe I put in too many, trying to be too ambitious. Actually, let's spritz your tail with the Hydra, and then comb this out. I like to comb out their tails from this side because I'm left-hand dominant, and then I'll trim it from the other side. But I just have a thing, like I can't go and finish the rear legs and not have the tail combed out. It bothers me. It's like their ears. I gotta comb out their ears before I trim their face. And we have a tangle. So I'm gonna take my thinning shears and I'm gonna grab the tail, and so the tail is behind my fingers. So when I take the thinner in there, I can't possibly get his tail. I'll get myself. And it's usually, when I've gotten myself because I'll have band-aids on my right hand. Because I hold right-handed, I cut left-handed. And the reason I just thin out any of the tangles on the underside of his tail is because he will have a cow. And it's not worth the frustration for him, for me to try to. And when you thin it out with the thinning shear, because the teeth are so small, you can't even see where I did it. Although on his bottom side, I usually trim it up pretty high because he's a puppy. He gets into things. Sometimes he gets the runs, ew. And it's easier for his mom to wipe his butt. So I'm going to take a little bulk out with my chunking scissors. And then I'll soften the edge a little with the thinners. And I'm just trying to like make it look even and cohesive and cute because I didn't go in there too vigorously with the comb attachment. I didn't need to this time. We just want to keep him, homeostasis. I got that from Big Bang Theory. Do you watch Big Bang? Do you like Big Bang Theory? For the longest time, I thought that was the dumbest show. And then I didn't want to try and watch it with Steve because I thought he would think it was stupid. And at the time, I didn't realize he was a sci-fi nerd like me. So one night, he's like, hey, can I put on Big Bang Theory? I'm like, yeah, sure. Turns out it's just like Friends, but with nerds. So that was really my jam. And I didn't admit it for the longest time. Was not going to tell him. Hey, hey, get out of it. So for his left rear leg, he's always putting his face back there. Oh, bonk. It's like he wants to supervise. Hey. Sometimes talking to him works to keep his attention. And all I really want to do is keep his lips away from my scissors. It's like, I don't care. Hold on. When all else fails, I put my head down there. Haha! Because I don't really care that he's interested in what I'm doing. I just want to make sure he doesn't get his tongue or his lips in the way. Yeah, see? Yeah, we're showing people the real deal, aren't we? Ow. So I got my finger in the way so he can't get my scissors. When he was much younger, his favorite thing to do was try to bite the scissors, which is not good. And the potential of cutting a lip or a tongue is really high when they're biting at your scissor blades. He doesn't do that so much anymore, most of the time. So I'm going to stand him up and kind of look at the inside of the thigh. And I'm always like combing through to like see what's uneven, what looks weird, so I can thin it. Because I really just want him to look like natural, like it grew that way all by itself. Oh, buddy, don't move. And I try to not cut while he's moving, but like you just saw, sometimes he'll flip around on me when I'm mid, swipe with these scissors. And then, a certain level of luck goes into it at that point. You can't predict that they're going to move right that second. Georgie, come here. Come here. Pick up a front leg, comb the tummy. Pick up a front leg, comb out the tummy. Wait a minute, wait a minute. And it's never personal. Like, he'll get mad at me and then lick me. So it's not me he's upset with. It's the process. He does not have time to get groomed. You know, he has things to do. And you have tangles in your armpit. So for that, I'm going to take my Kenchii Flash 5. It's a 5-on-1 blade. And I have it set to the 10 blade, which is a safe setting for armpits. I'm just going to roll his skin out. Excuse me. Excuse me. Can you see over my head? And I'm just gonna gently scoop out that tangle. Well, roll the skin out, hold it tight. Check his other armpit, same thing. Roll the skin out, hold it tight. And I'm not necessarily touching the blade to his skin. I'm mostly trying to catch the tangle where it is. And for him, it's not necessarily against the skin yet. It's close, but not quite. Because he wears a harness. So, you know, if they wear a harness for long periods or repetitively without getting their armpits combed out, they will get tangles. I'm trying to find it from the front. There it is. I also try to roll the skin out, well, so I don't nick it, but so I'm not leaving this huge hole. Especially when his hair is long. I don't want a bald spot. That'd be weird. Woohoo! That was a good shake. Yes, it was, little boy. And I like to let him put his foot down so I can see where it stands, how he holds it when he stands. That way when I'm trimming it, I don't make it look weird. Because the Maltese hair isn't always forgiving. Kind of like Yorkie hair. It's so fine that it's really easy to make chop marks and make them look funny. Because when they're long, they're more of a drop coat. Meaning the hair will part in the middle of the back and fall down the sides. Will you quit rubbing your butt on the table? Do I need to check your booty glands, mister? So he's trying to hop, so I can't comb his foot, and I have his other foot in my hand. So I'm kind of I'll raise him up a minute and then drop him down a little. I'm trying to get him to just stand with one foot on the table. And if that stops working, then I'll move on to the other one and go back in a minute. I'm just scissoring like the top-ish. To soften up the scissor line that I put with the other scissors, them curved ones. Now, he's pretty rough and tumble, so like his mom's not even gonna notice if his feet aren't done perfectly and all that. She doesn't. Don't look at it. Oh, shit. She doesn't necessarily notice. She just wants him to be fluffy and cute, and he does whatever he does, and that's it. So, but it's definitely easier on him if I don't have to shave him, because he really doesn't like the clippers going down his legs. Let's try to even some stuff up. Hey. He likes to lick the end of the scissors right here where my fingers are. Georgie, honey, can you not look down there while I'm trying to scissor? Oh, kissy. Mer. Georgie. Try to grab some of that pit hair that comes to the front here, especially when they sit down. If you sit down, say thank you. I can kind of pull some of the armpit hair out, and just kind of thin it a little. Make it shorter without shaving a hole in his hair. You see? Georgie. Puts his head down there. I'm trying to comb. I want to comb your eyeball. I think that's pretty good. And sometimes, if he wants to lift that leg, I might take his beard hair and kind of pull him forward a little so that he has to put weight on that foot. But he hates it, so I can get away with it like once, and then he's like, "How about not?" Okay. I think that's good for that part, sir. Now I'm going to come in with my flea comb and comb out a couple of boogers he's got. He and I have gone through quite the journey about his eyeballs. I've been doing him for a while, since he was like 12 weeks old. So he has gotten better about having his face done, but he has a cherry eye. Um, can we show the people the cherry eyeball you have? So on this eye, you see that skin, that tissue's popping up in the corner? And that's like a tear duct that's popped out. Could be surgically repaired. Although sometimes it'll come out again and again. And I don't know if that's something they can remove completely. I don't know. The first time I ever did his face was awful, because he was biting and fighting and didn't understand. And I just, over time, just repetition, as I come here every like 4 or 5 weeks, he's learned to trust the process. He still doesn't appreciate it. Georgie, baby, you gotta sit. And his first response is to bite, so that's his little temper tantrum. But he doesn't do it to be malicious. He's trying to show me that I'm not happy. This is not what I want to do. Let me put my teeth on your hand. So sometimes I'll just hold my hand in his mouth, and he doesn't bite down. I'll just do that. I think it makes him feel like he's accomplished his mission of telling me he's pissed off, but we have to get over that and keep working. Because of this cherry eye, his eye tears a lot, and he gets a lot of boogers, and he wipes his face on the carpet. So, just trying to get all the tangles out I can with the flea comb. And that way I can come in with the thinning shear. And this is a different thinning shear. It's a shorter one. So what I'm doing is, if you can see it, I rest it kind of against his nose. Just open the blades. I don't open them very far, because for his eye corners, I'm just using the tip. Just the tip. To get close to the eye corners without getting skin. When he was a puppy, I would palm his head with my hand and just take the clipper and scoop out his eyeballs real quick before he had a fit, but it's not the way I like to do it. Let me see. And for him, like, less restraint is better. He does not handle it very well when I have to restrain him. Whoops. It would help if I pointed the spray in the right direction. I know it looks aggressive. It's really not. The brush soft slicker I'm using has the little protective plastic doodads on the top of the tines. And I'm not really pushing down on it. I'm just quickly brush him through. Now he does have a tangle at the tip of this ear. So I'm going to pinch the end of the ear between my fingers. And I'll have to close the blades a couple times to get it to thin out. And comb through this ear hair a little. I try not to pull it. And I asked a vet at the conference. No, don't eat that. I had a class with a veterinarian going over skin conditions. And I was like, okay, ear pulling, plucking ear hair. What do you think? And he told me what I've already been noticing. There's still two schools of thought. Some vets say pull it, some vets say leave it. Some vets say don't touch the ears at all, don't even clean them. Send it to the vet for cleaning. I was like, I don't think wiping out the ears is necessarily a bad thing. So I'm going to comb all of his hair forward on his head. And my chunker, I'm just going to trim the hair that comes forward beyond his eyes. And then I'll comb it backwards and trim some of the longish stuff toward the back of the head. But not a lot, because I want his head hair to kind of blend into his neck, so I don't feel like I have to take a lot. And then I'm going to do kind of between his eyeballs, right here with the thinner. Trying to show you what I can on his face, because my table is set up in a way where I'm working on the dog long ways mostly. So now I'm going to grab his ears and kind of pin him above his head and comb out the side of his cheeks and kind of trim off the long stuff that hangs out beyond his jaw. Because I do want his face to be a little bit longer than the body, but like I like the sides of his face to kind of blend in a bit more with his neck. Until we get to like the beard, then I'll of course leave that a bit longer. Now I'm just going to put my thumb in front of his chin and comb it down and see, is there any long bits? Not really, but there's some food stuff, so we'll thin that out. And then see other stuff I don't like. Try to get a couple of swipes in front of his lips. Because the hair in front of his lips is, what he pulls in and gets all tangly in there and stuff. Let me see. Oh, Georgie. Oh, Georgie, let me see. Just gonna get some of his whiskers. His whiskers grow out beyond his facial hair and they stick up all weird. Oh, Georgie. What's going on, man? Oh, you still have long eyeball corner hair. Hold on. Let me see. I know what you're thinking. I'm not joking him. I got my hand is holding his jawbone right here. Not his actual neck. It's his jaws that I got. So like right here is where I was holding. Oh, I got hair on my face. Because sometimes I have to do that when he gets upset and wants to bite and, and the chin hold isn't working anymore and nothing's going to work. So I just kind of hold him by his little jaws. Georgie, don't pout, buddy. It's okay. You're almost there. Take a little off the top of the head. Yes. Now, I'm just going to hold his ear out a little. Take some of the edges off. I don't know why that one looks so pointy. Does this one look pointy? Let me see. Not really. Not really. So now I'll stand over behind our camera and try to get him to look at me, see if he's cute. Grab my squeaky bulb. Let me see. Hold on. I promise I'm not yarring back on his ears. I don't have a lot of strength in my right hand. And those who know why. Usually it only bothers him if he puts his head, he'll pull his head or push it forward, which then, yeah, I will be kind of yarring on his ears a little, and then he gets upset, and it's like, well, that's your fault, dude. You're the one pulling against me here. Are you cute? Missy, are you cute? For him, I don't necessarily worry about his face being perfectly evenly round all over the place because he's just going to go in the house and rub it on the carpet. It's in my mouth, man. Okay. I've got one ear that's a little longer than the other. I think. Let's see. Sit. Sit. Let me see. Trying to measure your ears, dude. Could just be the way he's holding it when he's paying attention. I'll take a little anyway. Wait. He wants the squeaky bulb. I think that's better. He does hold his right ear up higher when he's paying attention. See, sit. I think he's over me. I think we're done. You think we're done? I think we're done. Look at. Oh, look how cute. Well, I hope that helps you guys see how a real dog is groomed. One that doesn't behave all the time. Most of mine that I do, I've been doing for a while, so they're used to the process, and like I do everything the same way every time, so they get used to the routine. But for some of the younger dogs, older dogs, new dogs, things can get a little weird. And I'll keep that in mind for future videos that you guys want to see real dogs and how they behave on the table, because not all of them sit perfectly like the show dogs, right? Oh, you still have one whisker hanging out weird. But anyways, I hope that helps. If there's any other kind of grooms you want to see, let me know. Comment below. And if you liked it, if you love me, no, if you like the videos, please consider subscribing so you can see the new videos when they drop. Um, subscribe. You just hit my earbud and undid my apron. Subscribe to the channel, like the videos, comment, share. You can follow me on social media too at Amanda's Pampered Pets on Instagram and Facebook. I will get him dressed for a picture and I'll see you later. Bye!